State Farm Stadium is under Super Bowl level security today. More than 100,000 people are expected to attend Charlie Kirk's memorial service here today.
Maricopa County District Attorney issuing a stern warning, saying, quote, anyone who chooses to break the law will be held accountable.
This comes as a Turning Point USA spokesman says the armed man yesterday that was arrested inside the State Farm Stadium was doing a security sweep for a high-profile guest.
Let's bring in former sheriff of Pinal County, Arizona, Mark Lamb. Great to see you this morning.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Good to see you too.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, sorry about the heat.
Yeah,
we haven't dialed it back yet.
Oh, I like it. Feels good.
Feels good to us too.
Yeah.
So have you ever been part of this level of a security situation here?
I mean, we've had several Trump. President Trump has come several times. There's always quite a bit of security, but I think with what happened to Charlie, obviously that security is heightened exponentially more and higher. So
what makes this unique in that regard?
Well, I mean, I think that we're seeing more and more violence and more hateful rhetoric, and I think that what we saw with Charlie, you can't take any precautions anymore. You've got Vice President J.D. Vance, you've got President Trump going to be here. They're going to take every precaution to ensure that not just the people that come here are safe, but also those high-profile politicians and other people that are going to be here.
So there was this incident yesterday where there was a man inside of the stadium. He had a gun. He had knives. Turns out they're telling us that it is somebody who works for a high-profile person and was sweeping the area. How unusual is it that somebody would be sweeping for a private entity without alerting the officials about it?
Yeah, that's pretty unusual, especially since Secret Service is here.
Right.
And obviously, Secret Service is going to be doing far more than what that guy could have ever done.
So what do you make of this?
It sounds, fishy to me, but I don't know all the details. Look, you learn in law enforcement, you don't.
Get away.
You wait till all the facts come in. You want to hear all the, but it doesn't make sense to me. Ultimately, there's going to be a ton of security here. There's no real need for him to come in and do that.
Sheriff, I got to ask you, since I spent time with you in Pinal County when we were dealing with the border, and you were so helpful supporting the federal efforts, but now out in California, what we're watching, Gavin Newsom, Mayor Bass really taking the opposite side, pushing back on lawful federal immigration law enforcement. This is a little bit, I want you to listen to Gavin Newsom talking about these anti-ICE bills he's signing into law. Listen.
Immigrants have rights, and we have the right to stand up and push back, and that's what we're doing here today. This is a disgrace. This is an outrage, what we have allowed to happen in this country. And I could not be more proud of this legislature, the legislative authors, to the community demanding more from all of us at this moment to push back.
And Sheriff, Mayor Bass calls it legislative resistance. Your reaction?
I call it idiocy. I mean, I think this is ridiculous. Chad Bianco, Sheriff Chad Bianco from Riverside County, who's running for governor, who I hope wins, he mentioned this just shows, and his words say it, he cares more about the rights of immigrants than he does for actual Americans. And I think California, by passing this bill...
Illegal immigrants.
Illegal immigrants. He sends a clear message, and so does California, and all their legislators send a clear message. They care more about people that are in this country illegally or criminals than they actually care about Americans, and certainly more than they care about our law enforcement officials who are trying to enforce the law. Because the only reason you would actually remove the mask from them is so that you could dox them, so you can find out later. And they use terms like kidnapping. These are inflammatory terms. Here we are. We're here for a reason today because politicians continue to use these types of inflammatory terms towards our law enforcement and in particular towards ICE. ICE didn't make the rules. That was made by politicians in Washington, D.C. They're merely carrying out the job that not only Congress told them to carry out, that the president has told them to carry out, but the American people told them to carry out when they elected Donald Trump.
It's interesting. If arrests are now kidnappings, we're going to have to redo everything in this country. I mean, that's interesting. Words matter.
Yeah, words matter. I mean, the rest of us in law enforcement, if we're going to be if terms like kidnapping are going to be used for the men and women who are out just trying to do their job, look, we're going down a dangerous road. Now, I looked at it looks like it's a minor infraction, at most a misdemeanor. I think you're going to have a challenge under the supremacy clause. So we'll see how it goes.
Sheriff, thanks for being here. So well said.
Great
Thank
to
you,
see
Sheriff.
Mark.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.